the reorganizing of black culture, number one. Culture comes first. Analysis of Ab Urbe Condita from the founding of the city by Roman historian Livy. In the beginning, the twin brothers set out with a group of followers to found a great city. They settled on a spot, with each brother entrenching himself on a separate hill, imbued with the belief that they were chosen by the gods to be king. Remus is said to have been the first to receive an augury from the flight of 6 vultures. The omen had already been reported when twice that number appeared to Romulus. Thereupon, each was saluted king by his own followers. The one party laying claim to the honor from priority, the other from the number of the birds. They then engaged in a battle of words and angry taunts leading to bloodshed. Remus was struck down in the affray. The commoner story is that Remus leaped over the new walls in mockery of his brother, whereupon Romulus in great anger slew him, and in menacing wise added these words withal: "So perish whoever else shall leap over my walls. So perish whoever else shall leap over my wall." Thus Romulus acquired sole power, and the city thus founded was called by its founder's name. Romulus showed here how once a group of like-minded individuals agree on a goal, you can create a power center to hone and incubate the idea. Establishing leadership and governance helps to cultivate a unified voice. As king, his first act was to fortify the Palatine on which he had himself been reared. To other gods he sacrificed after the Alban custom, but employed the Greek rites for Hercules, following the tradition of Evander. In this sense, the Romans realized the importance of spiritual order, understanding that it was crucial to cultivate the will, wisdom, and customs necessary to produce individuals who embodied the most desired ideals of society. When Romulus had duly attended to the worship of the gods, he called the people together and gave them the rules of law, recognizing that nothing else but law could unite them into a single body politic. However, he believed that these laws would only be perceived as binding by rustic people if he invested his own person with majesty, symbolizing authority. Thus, he assumed a more august state in every way, especially by the appointment of 12 lictors. Some speculate that Romulus chose the number 12 for his lictors based on the 12 birds that had augured his kingship. However, others, including Livy, share the opinion that the number 12 was derived from the neighboring Etruscans, from whom the Romans borrowed not only the type of attendants, but also their number. The Etruscans, it is believed, chose this number because each of the 12 cities that united to elect the king contributed 1 lictor. Romulus here showed to establish a cohesive and thriving culture. It is essential to implement laws, systems of dispute settlement, cultural symbols of pride, and emblems of authority. By implementing these elements, a culture can create a strong foundation for social cohesion, governance, and collective identity, fostering a sense of pride and unity among its members. Meanwhile, as the city expanded and extended its walls to encompass new territories, the focus was not solely on the current population, but rather on the envisioned growth of the city in the future. They constructed their defenses with the anticipation of the population they hoped to have, rather than just the numbers they had at that time. People from neighboring regions, regardless of their social status, sought refuge in this sanctuary, eager for new opportunities and conditions. This influx of diverse individuals marked the initial steps toward the realization of Romulus's ambition for the city's greatness. In this scenario, the Romans demonstrate that once a strong culture has been developed, one that promotes the ideals of society, aggressive expansion becomes feasible. By offering hope to the hopeless and homes, to the homeless, the Romans attracted a diverse array of individuals, including bold, hardened bandits, outcasts, and those seeking to start anew. Having consolidated his strength, Romulus found no reason for dissatisfaction and began to supplement his power with political acumen. He established a Senate comprised of 100 members, whether due to a perceived sufficiency in this number or because there were no more than 100 individuals worthy of the title of fathers. Regardless, these individuals were granted the designation of fathers due to their esteemed rank, and their descendants came to be known as patricians. Here, we see it is important to share titles, power, and prestige to individuals who have demonstrated loyalty, capability, and commitment to the preservation and propagation of the culture. These individuals should be entrusted with authority and resources to fulfill their duties effectively, ensuring the continuity and strength of the culture for future generations. Rome had reached a level of strength that enabled her to stand firm in conflicts with neighboring states. However, a significant challenge loomed over her future greatness. The scarcity of women threatened the continuity of her lineage. With no prospect of posterity at home and lacking the right of intermarriage with neighboring communities, Rome faced the risk of decline within a single generation. In response to this pressing concern, Romulus, guided by the advice of the Senate, dispatched envoys to neighboring nations. Their mission was to seek alliances and secure the privilege of intermarriage for the burgeoning population of Rome. This diplomatic initiative aimed to address the demographic imbalance and ensure the sustenance of Rome's strength and prosperity for generations to come. Once Rome had established a robust culture characterized by order, structured laws, and spiritual customs, as well as fortified defenses, the focus shifted towards preserving and expanding this culture, with the crucial aspect of this endeavor being the emphasis on family creation. In summary, the process of establishing a strong culture involves several key stages. Incubation. This initial stage begins with the conception of an idea and the gathering of believers or defenders who are united by a common vision. The crucial step here is to eliminate division and find a unified voice or the will of the people, ordering incarnation. In the second stage, the group begins to formalize itself by implementing laws and customs essential for developing the ideal man and creating symbols of pride and legitimacy. This stage emphasizes spiritual progression, the establishment of legal and governance structures, and the enshrinement of cultural symbols. Finally, expansion. As the culture solidifies, the focus shifts to expansion. This stage involves filling the ranks with individuals who adhere to the customs and possess the skills needed to fulfill various roles, including defense, governance, economic management, and cultural promotion. Additionally, emphasis is placed on family creation and propagation to ensure the continuity and growth of the culture. By progressing through these stages, a culture can establish a strong foundation, promote unity and cohesion, and expand its influence and prosperity over time. If you would enjoy more content like this, please like and subscribe.